I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Departmental report, water, wastewater, and streets.
Okay, the total water purchase from Southwest for April, 7,809,680 gallons. That's an average of 260,323. Wastewater treated, the North plant was 11,206,724, with an average of 373,557. The Benton sewer flow was 4,061,400 gallons.
Any questions? Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Please. Please. I said please. We had 7 accidents in the month. We did have 6 suspicious animal calls, 14 disturbances, 8 suspicious activity, 211 traffic stops, total of 458 calls for the month. Quite a bit of weather, but that's a thing. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
Fire and rescue.
For the month of April, we had 18 rescues, 10 fire-related runs, brings us to 149 year-to-date. Had to get the garage door repaired on Station 1. Had 18 man-hours of training, that was down some. A lot of the guys have softball and baseball stuff going on right now, so we've been down a little bit on our meetings. Update on the sale of the rescue. We have sold the rescue unit. There is still a little question mark on that, correct, Mayor? And they actually did not make it back to their station with the unit before it broke down. So we're working with them to see if it's just a minor issue or if it's something major. We inspected Head Start also last month. And then another thing I want to just bring y'all up to date in case you get a question on this. We're working with the city attorney on a petition to carry to the residents outside the city that the fire department covers to petition the county to put their dues on their property taxes. So as opposed to right now, they're voluntary, and we're down to about 55% is all it's paying right now. So that's over the year. It started when I started, it's cheap. It was up close to 75, 80%, and it just keeps going down each year. So we need to do something, because otherwise we're having to bill people, and we've already billed 4 so far this year. Then trying to collect, it's becoming a big issue. So wanted to let y'all know we're carrying that petition in case someone asked you about it, you'd be aware of it. It won't change the rate or anything, it'll just put it on the property taxes as opposed to us sending out a notice at the first of the year. Any questions?
Thank you, Brian. Planning Commission.
Planning Commission had 2 agenda items last week, both of which passed unanimously. The first one was a preliminary plat approval for Silver Springs Phase 10. And again, after discussion, it was approved unanimously. The second, we discussed the ordinance that the council is considering, and our recommendation was that the property in the general area of Vulcan Road and Mount Harmony Lane be zoned as TC mix, or town center mix, and not C1. We discussed that last evening, and feel like that it fits in more appropriately with the master plan, the comprehensive plan that we just recently adopted. Okay, questions?
Thank you.
Yeah.
You did, the code enforcement guy? You want to read it? I should have asked you before you sat back down. I forgot all about it.
I see how you do, Ellie. Code enforcement enforcement, we got a new code enforcement officer. He had 12 cases last month, he got 4 of them resolved. He had an issue at 114 Meadow Creek, he sent a registered letter out on the condition of that house. 628 East Elm, he stopped there and said the property owner worked a solution out with the city. 353 Vulcan, give a first notice on the condition of that property, and they said they would be in the, they would get it clean. Also, the same address, the property owner there owns a place over on J Street, and since we're not having any luck with the tenant over on J Street, we've told her it's her responsibility to see that it's clean, so she's working on that. The house that burned at 3515 Highway 229, they sent a registered letter there, and they hadn't received a response. 105 Kennedy, they give a violation for the condition, they clean the property. 138 Roosevelt, violation for the unsanitary, unsightly property, no response. 1312 North Parker, violation for unsightly trash and property, no response there. 1121 Phillip Street, property owner said he's going to demolish the house. 5700 Highway 67, they sent a registered letter to that owner. He's cleaning the building out and said he doesn't know what he's going to do after that, but he was given till tomorrow to let him know what his next action is going to be. 300 North Harding, on a house that burnt there, they sent a registered letter to that property owner, no response. 222 Iris, violation for trash in the yard. The occupant brought a dumpster in and cleaned the property.
Thank you. Are we gonna, got anything on this over here,
Where's that?
across from the pizza?
Huh?
Across from the pizza, that trash is piled up above
I'm
the
gonna
fence.
get it, yeah, I'm gonna get him on that tomorrow, he'll be in, so yeah. He's been working on these burned houses, but we're gonna start getting him on places like that or piled up, I'll get him on that tomorrow.
Any other questions? Alright, so, Greg did meet with the, code enforcement person, I guess the department head, and they came down here and met. We have a copy of their ordinance, how they do it, and once I see what their ordinance is compared to ours, we'll probably add some language from theirs into ours so the city council can start declaring these vacant properties to get rid of them. And I'll send it through Ashley and have it all blessed. So, but that'll be hopefully next month I'll get that done. So, all right, on to unfinished business. We're at resolution 12-2026, a resolution adopting the City of Haskell credit card policy. So we have one credit card for 3 departments, for the fire department, police department, and water department, and the general fund. And the only reason we're asking for another one is because the fire department, you know, if they gotta take a truck out of state or something, they need it, or sometimes it gets hard to buy something when somebody's already got the credit card going, getting it somewhere else. So, we looked in, I think we looked over the branch policies, and, you know, P cards, we're not big enough for a P card system yet. That just put too much extra work on Laura to do, and this is the best we came up with so far.
How is it more work?
Well, we have one statement that comes in, and when they, like, if Nancy uses it, she'll code it to either water or sewer, and she'll approve it. And when she gives the bill, the receipt to Laura knows that's on a credit card, and she knows to pay it at the end of the month when we get the credit card bill. She's already got a system worked out the whole 9 yards, so. been years, hasn't it? You know, ever since we started with farmers down here.
Not a card for each department.
No. The only reason we're getting one for the fire departments is like I said, where you gotta take some of these fire trucks, get them service staff?
Well, we take them to Conway, but we had to take them down to Deep South in Mississippi before, and that put me, I couldn't take the city credit card, because if the police or the water department needed it, I couldn't have it, so I'd have to use my personal credit card and then do reimbursement through the city.
I guess that's why I was asking how much more work it would be for having P cards and T cards, because something we talked about last time was when you go on conference, when you go on travel, you're having to use your own credit card right now and get reimbursed for it. And I understand we're not as big as Bronx yet, but we are growing, and that is thinking forward, P card and T cards. I mean, that's how most businesses, most municipalities do it. It's how the state does it. It's how most, I think that's how Bronx does it too. That the mayor's office determines who needs a P card, who needs a T card, and those are issued in that person's name. So there's clear audit trail for what Nancy used her P card for. It's not relying on Nancy being, I'm just picking on you.
It's okay.
It's not relying on Nancy to be a good, honest person. We know she is, but it doesn't rely on that, to her to bring the receipts, sign in there, saying, I spent this, that P card is in her name. So if there's a whole bunch of Amazon charges on there, on bird feeders, there's a question to be asked. Right now, there's not. I mean, there's not that accountability. And I understand it's been small and been working that way, fine, but that's just my concern with it. Like I said last time, it's just having a basic credit card that says the city has one if there's.
And I believe farmers don't do P cards, am I correct? Didn't Lenore say that?
I believe so, yes. So exactly, if I'm, down here, P and T, what does that mean?
Travel cards.
Oh,
So there's the purchase card, which is, can only use people to purchase. That way, if you had to purchase something online, you had to go to Home Depot, Lowe's, it reads the MCC numbers for each thing you purchase has its unique MCC number.
right,
And so you can even limit on that P card what you can and cannot purchase. It won't let some things be purchased on it.
gotcha.
Like a P card, you have to get accepted if you're trying to make get someone to go on a conference and there's registration fee. You have to get an override, that one-time override for that
Okay,
conference.
I gotcha.
Then you have a travel card, which is a T card, which is that way. If he travels a whole lot, the T card could be issued in his name, and he's not having to front on his credit card and
Okay,
wait to get back turning off receipts, and it's all itemized there. You know where he's going, what he spent on when it's turned in. Because like the policy can't have alcohol on it, can't have different things, and like that MCC code won't even work for
Right.
like a state trial card. It won't even, it'll just deny it. So that's just, and it's in Nancy's name. I
so if
know.
anything came back and it was suspicious, then Nancy
Correct.
would be responsible to pay for that?
Correct.
Okay,
Whereas like right now, you just have a hassle credit card. And everybody's being honest people here, then that's fine, but just, it does concern me. And I did look at Ron's, and I know that we don't have all the different departments that Ron has, but I felt like that one could have been tailored more, because I like the way it's clearly outlined what the cards can be used for, who's going to use them, how the cards are being issued. And it was very detailed in how each one of the cards could be, who is responsible for issuing the cards, how they come in, when somebody leaves, and how that card has to be turned in. I thought it was a pretty solid policy, but that's just my thoughts.
So you'd have to get this card from someone besides farmers?
Have to change lanes.
That's another ordeal in itself.
You know I feel about that. I'll do that anyway.
I know how you feel about the farmers already.
They live in real kind
I
to us.
kind of feel that way myself.
I don't feel like they've done very good. Back to the city. Anyway, so. Like I said, that's just my opinion. Anyway, that's my thoughts.
Any other thoughts? Comments?
I mean, I definitely don't like the idea that he has to pay for it out of his pocket. I definitely don't like that.
Well, you know,
Because I've been.
if we know ahead of time, we can pay for the hotels up front.
Sure.
But the meals still have to come out of their pocket. You either need a motion to approve it or a motion to table it, one of the two.
Would you have to move all your accounts to a different bank?
Would we probably have to do that.
Probably.
Mhm.
The way Laura explained it to me right now, when she gets the credit card bill back being all at Farmers, that if she looks down and I spend $150 on something out of that needs to be billed to the fire department sales tax, she can take it out of fire department, that line item, fire department sales tax, and apply against the credit card. And if Nancy does, she can take it out of the water or the street, and it makes it simple to take everything and apply it, because she doesn't have to pay it out of the general fund and then go back and transfer money out of all those different department funds to settle the general fund. She can actually take it directly out of each fund, since it's all within the one bank. So that's the way I understood it from her.
So wouldn't that be the same if you had a credit card through like, purchase card through like Bank of America? She could still authorize that payment through that card instead of just no fund transfer. It's just an electronic payment to Bank of America. Because I know with us, ours are through Bank of America, that's why.
But on one credit card bill, she's gonna have charges out of PD, water, street, fire sales, fire savings. It's gonna be out of all those different things, so she's gotta take money out of each one of those. So this is the way she explained
Based
it.
on you and Nancy being
Right.
on top of it. and
Right,
saying,
and
yeah,
so
that's
she'd
what
have
charge,
to,
and that's
she'd
what
have to
charge.
pay for the credit card like out of the general fund, and then she'd have to go back and transfer money out of all these departmental funds back in the general fund to even things up, is the way I understood it.
Yep.
So you're increasing hers and Leslie's workload.
Right.
According to her, if you have to start transferring that, right now within the bank, she can just pull, and somehow she pulls out of all, wherever it is, and makes one payment to the, and it's all done at that point. She doesn't have to do any more transfers. And I hope I'm explaining that correct.
I think one issue that Greg may have is on this credit card, if there's $100 charge to Home Depot and everybody denies it, who has the responsibility? We have no idea who the responsibility goes to. Is that kind of an issue you're having, Greg?
Yeah.
But a lot of that, you can go and look into what was purchased and kind of get an idea of maybe who got it. But, you know, that's still vague.
Yeah. If it was bird feeders,
Exactly.
you know,
It's
nobody
nobody's
can.
And at one time, the fire department had a credit card at Home Depot for the fire department. I had one, and Chief Cave had one, and they both had our names on them. So if I made a charge of that card, it came back to the city and said, you know, I made the charge, what it was and what date and everything, but something happened and they had to do, never did understand. We never had any issues with it, but they just went up there to use the card and it wouldn't work anymore. So, That's the only time we've had anything other than the city credit card.
Like I said, last month, I understand it, but I just have concerns happen, you just have a credit card with the city on it, which is, that's.
That's similar to our, like, if you go to Napa and purchase something, it's City of Haskell. There's not a fire department, police department, street department, it's City of Haskell, and then they depend on us to code it, so that when it shows up here, Laura knows what it is.
And like AutoZone's the same way, it's got a PD on it, but we just have to look and see what's purchased.
I think Napa's the only one city has one.
Is it?
The other two has a PD.
Police department.
I'll start using them then.
Well, you'd think farmers could have, issue 3 cards, one for each department head, and it all come on the same statement. Any card on my statement, I can tell which of my family members used the card.
That's what they're telling us. So, cause I asked the same question, can we just have, like, Brian's name on a card under the fire department? They said no.
Sounds like it may be time to change banks. Understand that, like, I would think.
I've said that before.
Can we table it and check on and possibly change what other banks could offer? What's yourselves, guys?
Give me a recommendation.
What about checking with Hurricane? They're talking about putting a branch down in this area anyways. And they've done a lot of investing down here already.
And all I need is a motion to table it
Motion to table.
then. All in favor? Any opposed? Go on to new business now. The monthly income expense statement, need a motion to approve that.
I just have a question. So, when I look on it, like,
I will say, I didn't get the bank statements till after I'd already run the report, so I just got the bank statements like all of them on, Monday.
all of you.
Okay,
Now, I was gonna just ask about the transfer from the general fund.
yes, and that, I was talking to Laura, since in the general fund, it's all in one account, but we do different, like, police, animal control, administrative, it's all in the same account, and so we can't really do a journal entry or anything stating that we've moved money around, because it's all in the same account number, it's just different accounts that we have budgeted different amounts to.
Make it worse.
Uh,
Making me have more questions. Because then if you only have one account, if we've made a budget for the fire department, police department, animal department, park department,
it's all-
everyone that gets transfers out of this fund, how are you reconciling that at all? Because like if you look at the fire department, they spent out of the part that's supposed to come out of the, I'm on page 4 now, and it shows 0 transfer from the general fund. But it shows they spent $3,000 this current period and $24,000 over the whole period. But it's showing, so it's showing deficit spending right now because they don't have any revenue. And I know we have revenues, but when you look on the books, it's showing that for this year, we've been kept suspended $34,000 now. And so so I hear what you're telling me, but there's gotta be an internal order or an internal control number for each one of the departments to show how much each one of those are gonna spend in there.
So-
It could be-
Pretty much at the very top where it says revenue transfer from general fund, if those first two lines had $49,600 on them, there wouldn't be a negative there.
So
Right.
essentially take that 49,600 divided by 12 and put that amount each month.
Right.
Correct.
But it's not been done, and so I can't keep up with the budget on here because we're not showing any revenues.
And I don't know how to put that in
That
there.
would
I
be
guess
a
I'll have
Scott
to
question.
call Scott and see if there's a way that we can reflect that,
There's
because.
gotta be a way, because you can't, there's no way to reconcile. Internally, you have to keep a separate spreadsheet to show how much of that general fund is being spent towards the fire for the police to make sure that,
And I
We're
mean,
staying on
I
budget.
understand, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying, I
so
mean,
then-
I agree, but I don't know how to fix the problem yet.
and then, and then the police one, on page 6 of 9, where it goes to the grant expenditures, and it's showing a debit of 35,000 there. And so have we gotten the grant? And we spent 35,000 on
It's
it?
been paid. We received it.
So and it's showing 0 in the revenues, which are showing, so I think the journal entry was just done wrong to show the credit on the expense rather than debit in the revenues, and so it's throwing that budget off as well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, looks like that's just been.
So have we gotten the whole 45, or is it really we've only spent
It was
35?
an 80%.
So it's 35.
20% was ours.
No, because that's what so we've gotten 35 of the 45. So that should be shown as a revenue. It's been shown, I mean, I understand why it's not trying to show an expense there, but it was put in as a credit, not a debit, and that's my, it's not that budget on that one. Yeah, just to find out how we can start showing it, kind of just the book, and I understand what you're saying, that internally you're spending all of it, but on the books, we should be able to show some way to transfer, make sure we're staying within the budget on there. And that's all.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's gonna be a Scott question, because Laura didn't know.
Greg, that grant money was spent, they spent it last year and then got reimbursed in this year's budget.
Yeah, we spent.
So the expenditure was last October, and then they received the grant this year.
We had it spent by October last year, and they reimbursed it after that. It had to be in the cards in play, that was the computer.
So it shouldn't be shown as expense on there at all, it should be shown as a refund to.
Should be,
Because right now, if you
should be
look
under,
at mine, it
should be
shows-
under grant income, shouldn't it, up at the top? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because it shows we're 80% over budget right now for that grant expenditure and expenses, because we're trying, looks like we tried to do a refund to expenditure, but we didn't show any income bill, we just showed like you
Outstanding.
return something and
Yeah.
We'll get it straight. Uh-huh.
that was all I had.
Yeah, it's kinda hard to get a hold of Scott right now because of tax season, so.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Brad Martin,
Yes.
Matt Chris,
Yes.
Greg Rogers,
Yes.
Josh Hudson,
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Ross,
Yes.
Haley Bricklin. Yes.
Alright, New business number 2, ordinance 02-2026. An ordinance to rezone certain real property in the city of Haskell, Arkansas from current zoning classification to commercial and for other purposes. So, this is the one that the planning commission would like to see a town center mix. So, it's up to y'all whether it's commercial or town center mix. So, is there any discussion on it?
Make motion of it. First hearing only.
So are we zoning commercial or town center mix?
Which one do you want?
The one that we're making at that TNC, right?
No, commercial here.
Yeah, this is commercial, so you want it zoned
Oh.
town center mix?
Yes.
Alright, so we need to make a motion,
I was wrong
to
on
motion to make a town center mix
Yes.
first.
Yes,
That's what we need.
I make that motion, make it sound good.
No second.
Sorry, thank you for catching me.
Brad Cotton,
Yes.
Mike Cruz.
Yes.
Greg Rogers.
Yes.
Josh Helton,
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Ross.
Yes.
Kaylee Breckland. Yes.
Which one is it? It's this one.
So we just made a motion to amend that ordinance.
Now you're having a motion to read it.
Yeah, now she can read it.
Now,
But now you have to make a motion.
motion to heading on, whatever's following, yeah.
I'll second.
Brad Cotton,
Yes.
Mike Cruz.
Yes.
Greg Rogers.
Yes.
Josh Helton,
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Ross.
Yes.
Kaylee Breckland. Alright. An ordinance rezoning certain real property in the city of Haskell, Arkansas from its current zoning classification to town center mixed use and for other purposes.
Make a motion to waive the second and third reading.
Second.
Brad Cotton,
Yes.
Mike Cruz.
Yes.
Greg Rogers.
Yes.
Josh Helton,
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Ross.
Yes.
Kaylee Breckland. Yes. That passes.
Make a motion to accept the pass ordinance.
Second.
Brad Cotton,
Yes.
Mike Cruz.
Yes.
Greg Rogers.
Yes.
Josh Helton.
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Ross.
Yes.
Kaylee Breckland. Yes. That
Need the emergency. Make motion to do the emergency clause.
I'll second.
passes.
Yes.
Mike Cruz.
Yes.
Greg Rogers.
Yes.
Josh Helton.
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Ross.
Yes.
Kaylee Breckland. Yes. That passes.
Very good. And what? Alright, new business number 3, resolution 13-2026. A resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Haskell to apply for a hazard mitigation grant. And what this is culverts, digging out ditches, what have you. And what we're trying to get it for the Elm, West Elm, is it?
Yes,
Or
it
the-
starts at Westbrook on West Elm, goes all the way down across 229, all the way down East Elm to the ballpark.
So every time it rains real hard, that one, right there in the creek channel, it floods the road. Those are too small to, I guess, take on all that water. See if we can get a grant to help replace those.
I think it's an 80-20, isn't that right?
Make a motion to pass a resolution and authorize the mayor to apply.
Second.
Brad Cotton,
Yes.
Mike Cruz.
Yes.
Greg Rogers.
Yes.
Josh Helton.
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Ross.
Yes.
Kaylee Breckland. Yes.
Alright, new New business number 4, resolution 14-2026, a resolution accepting an appraisal of certain real property located on Cheney Road, authorizing the mayor to enter into negotiations to acquire the said property and for other purposes. And this is to open the, right at the end of Cheney, going into the school, back to the school. It's probably as big as this desk is. That's how, maybe a little bit longer. But just open that road so we can have a right of way into the back of the school.
Open the road and West Chain, widen it or what?
No, you know where the turnaround is at the very end of West Cheney?
Right there by the school,
Yeah.
where the big
well,
lighthouse used to be.
You'll pass Hildenberg's house and it's a turnaround right there where you.
Yeah, when you go down Cheney, if you go all the way to the end of it, there'll be a turnaround. And right there, that's where the property from that turnaround over to the school's property. That's what we're looking at.
I'm sure you're talking about the back end of it.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can pull it up on the.
When you say open up, what do you mean?
To purchase it, so we
I
can
mean,
put a road through there.
onto the road through there?
That's about the only way we're going to get rid of most of the traffic off 229 is to have another way into the school.
So you just want to connect right there, that one?
Yeah, did you already pull it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a one. Dead in the road there.
Just right there, that one.
Yeah, there's a map on your thing out there also. Where it says property located on Cheney Road. It'll show you what we're talking about.
it's right there. It's Hildenberg's house, it's that little jot right there. Where you get it up. Right there. The school dug out that walking trail right there. Just
So this resolution is us agreeing to what they say the price is, that pretty much?
Pretty much. So I negotiate with it. So, you what?
I think it's a very generous appraisal.
Well, that's what they appraised it, so they gave us, I read that right.
So
That's the high appraisal.
it's showing, she is averaging it at 76.35, so.
Yeah.
Be what, 10,000 acre, I guess, right there.
Yeah, the low was like $2.24 a square foot. So, and the high was $2.41 a square foot. But that don't mean they're gonna accept it. They might want 10 or 15,000 for it. That's why we need to go talk to them.
We own
Hmm?
it. We own it.
Inshallah. And all this, you can make permission to go ask him if he can buy for this amount. And then he'll say yay or nay, or this is what he wants for it. So,
A lot of them, just put more traffic on Shanty one.
well,
How would that change the traffic on 229? You're still gonna have people trying to turn out of there.
well, if you have all that traffic going into the back of the school and coming out the front, you don't have people trying to go in the front and come out at the same time. It'll be one way.
And That would eventually get all the kids off the front, away from 229, where it's safer. Have them crossing 229.
Basically, right now, the school can't do any more than what they're doing because there's no more access
Exactly.
in and out back.
They're landlocked.
In this little bit, we'll give them just that little bit more of a. There's already a one-lane road, paved right there.
Yeah.
Pretty good ways. When they did asphalt, I still understand what they did.
Wasn't here when it was done. So,
So the school asked you to do this?
well, we've been talking with the school ever since I became mayor to see how we can relieve the traffic pattern on the 229. And this is about the only way, this is the cheapest, because the other route is going out to West Elm.
Starting spot, I like to motion to approve.
Second.
Yeah, it'll come back to y'all for final approval anyway. It just gives me the permission to go talk to them and see what his thoughts are.
Tell you what we need.
Yep.
Let's vote. Brad Cox,
Yes.
Mike Cribb,
Yes.
Greg Rogers,
Yes.
Josh Hilton,
Yes.
Adam Ricketts.
Yes.
Dallas Wright,
Yes.
Haley Griffin.
No.
And that passes.
New business number 5, resolution 15-2026, a resolution accepting an appraisal of certain real property located on North Roosevelt Street, authorizing the mayor to negotiate for the acquisition of said property for other purposes. So Roosevelt is a dead-end street, and this is where all the duplexes are. And the fire trucks, it's kind of hard to get them out of there.
We had a fire down there the other day and everything was jammed up in there, because we had to try to back out of it, it's a nightmare.
So, if you go to the little map, and I'll show you what we're looking at, jog it around to meet the other Roosevelt, little portion street there. And, the owner, Mr. Phillips, the owner of the land, he has an abandoned house that's fallen down, so maybe we can negotiate getting rid of that for him with some of the price. Knock off some of the price for our.
This
what we
price
do.
is.
They use the same number.
Yeah, like 21,000. So, and it's a pretty big piece of land.
That would also open up South Roosevelt, that's
Yes.
currently blocked. Force that to be opened up.
So we pretty much have to buy 0.23 acres of their land. 0.23 acres.
So what are you gonna do when you do that?
Open that Roosevelt all the way up to West Town or East Town.
So Roosevelt would run from East Elm all the way over to Grand, as opposed to two dead-end streets.
Yeah, 3 Street.
Yeah, it's 21,280 is what they appraised the land at.
all this is doing is giving you permission to go talk to them.
Pretty much.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Brad Cotton,
Yes.
Mike Cribb,
Yes.
Greg Rogers,
Yes.
Joe Shelton,
Yes.
Adam Ricketts,
Yes.
Dallas Ross,
Yes.
Haley Brooklyn. Yes.
Alright. New business number 6, resolution 16-2026, a resolution amending the 2026 budget and authorizing the increase to the general fund police budget from the general fund for an additional $60,000 increase to purchase a vehicle. We have $538,000 in the general funds. I'll put that over to the police general fund.
We getting rid of any of the other cars?
Yep.
We need to make a resolution authorizing him to sell some.
We got two at the North plant, right? The Charger and
Yeah,
another.
and a Ford, and then we got a Ford here that we could get rid of, and we got a slick top that we've still got, so there's 3 or 4 of them that we use 1 or 2 for a backup car. Our new cars, we kind of, on our budget, they got 40,000 miles on them, but they're, we did figure in new tires, brakes, tune-ups, so we're spending about $4,000 a car to try to keep them maintained. They're good cars, but with the way we're increasing, we're getting behind. Yeah, we talked before about 1 car a year, but we've added an officer this year, so this year wouldn't go towards stepping one down and be putting the person we added. And then after that 1 car a year, I'd like to have a backup car with about 80,000 miles. When you figure mileage on a police car, you double it. Like right now, we got 41,000 miles on some of them, you got 80,000 miles on the motor because we got idle.
You said we have how many you can sell? You think you?
Probably 4,
That you can sell?
yeah, but they're not gonna bring
Right, but it's still.
about 5.
something.
Yeah, they just need to get off our insurance, get them out of our way.
So it's a little bit back to start.
Yeah.
So kind of way.
But we really need to, and that's 1 car a year, not anticipating the growth we're gonna do. So we've got something to think about in the future when keeping our cars in good shape.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Go ahead, man. Thanks for that discussion. My bad. We can make a motion, then you can have discussion, so go ahead.
No, so I was making sure you didn't have a question.
Oh, no. No. He said I used all mine up, so.
He only gets 3 questions a night.
So we vote, Brad Cotton,
Yes.
Mike Cribb,
Yes.
Greg
Yes.
Rogers, Josh Shelton,
Yes.
Adam Ricketts,
Yes.
Dallas Ross,
Yes.
Haley Brooklyn.
Any announcements? Any public?
I got some.
What you got?
There's, speaking of, Roosevelt, there's a, guy living in a camper on Roosevelt, there's one animal. So, yes, ordinance or rule about people living in campers.
I don't think we do, don't we? Code enforcement go by there and check.
It's on Roosevelt, well, there's a few of them, I'll get him on all of them, there's some more than that, so I'll get him in. Maybe it's more.
Any other announcements? Any public comments?
You got your shovel in the car?
We're close.
Oh, yeah.
We're close.
I will find out about that sidewalk. I don't think you wanted to not give the sidewalk in front of the pharmacy. And the sidewalk is how that he has to
At the bridge to nowhere.
Got him on the phone, see.
Yeah, later on.
Verify.